Play me some Pippin, man. Play me some Pippin, man.
What's going on, YouTube? It's NoChainzz, and I'm back for another commentary. And in this episode, the Cincinnati Bengals will be facing off against the Miami Dolphins. And this is the game that Skip Bayless, because he's so smart and he knows everything about football, and he just knows everything. He predicted we were going to lose against the Miami Dolphins, who doesn't have a sure quarterback position and are 1-3 on the season. But he predicted us to lose against this team. And by the way, I believe it was this week that this is the first game I played on the Moonlight Swami sliders, and I tried a lot of sliders throughout this season. None of them I really like, so I'm just gonna wait until some really good ones come out. But yeah, so Skip Bayless, that motivated me, and I'll be playing against this team on new sliders, and they have Reggie Bush injured. I'm sure he knew that when he tweeted that, and they have a lot of people injured, so I'm not sure what he was thinking when he tweeted that. But I'll be playing on the new sliders, and they're a lot harder, I'll just say that, so it won't be a blowout. Who knows if I'll even win. So yeah, they have David Garrard starting instead of Tannehill, and they have Steve Slayton running the ball, and let's see what he can do against this #1 defense in the league. And I've actually found out that I'm only #1 in the league because the quarter length is so short. So what I'm going to do is the latest game I've played so far is week 7, and yeah, I'm going to try to, ooh, he just got hit. I don't even remember that, but he got hit and he fumbled, but they recovered the fumble. And Ray Maluga has a concussion on the play. But what was I talking about? I was talking about sliders and quarter lengths. But I'm going to try to change the quarter length so I can get more yards given up and more yards, because my defense is first and my offense is last, and there's a reason for that. And that's because there's not enough time to give up yards and not enough time to get yards. So I'm going to be trying out a lot of different stuff. Next season, I'm sure I'll have a set slider for the entire season. But David Garrard goes deep, and Taylor Mays defends that pass. And I'm going to get into the gameplay now. And it's still 0-0 into the second quarter, which is usually where I have about 7 or 14 points usually. But on these sliders, the defense play like beast. And but they have the ball on first down. They run it with Slayton. He's going to break this one all the way for the touchdown. So I actually trail by 7 points for what I think is the first time in the whole season. So I trail by a touchdown. And Jermaine Gresham gets this pass for 17 yards. And he doesn't actually do too good this season. And I make a trade. I'm not sure if it's this episode or the next episode. I think it's this one. But Green Ellis gets that long rush, and we're set up on their side of the field, and Andy Dalton is sacked right around midfield to stall that drive. So on 2nd and 17, he's dropping back, throws it to Jermaine Gresham again. So he played a big part in this drive so far, as we're still down 0-7 with less than 2 minutes to go. And Dalton getting a good amount of time, but throws a pick to Vontae Davis, the Miami Dolphin, on this connected careers, but now caught now. So with Ray Maluga hurt, Vontez Burfict gets time to play for the first time in his career. So they're going to try to move the ball down to get at least a field goal to bring this to a 2-possession game going into halftime. But he throws it up, and Leon Hall with great defense right there. And into the third quarter, we elected to kick. And so we get ball right now, and Benjarvis Green Ellis getting another nice run. So that'll bring him to 66 yards on 5 rushes, which I think is phenomenal. And on first down, we run it to Green Ellis again for another 10-yard plus gain, a 13-yard gain if you just did the math. He has 79 yards now. But Dalton back to pass again, throws it to A.J. Green, gets a nice block, and he's going to take this one for the touchdown to tie the game up at 7-7 all right here in the third quarter, as A.J. Green celebrates And Andy Dalton just has to try his best not to throw another pick, but their drive stalls, and Green Ellis with yet another nice gain, and he is at 88 yards for today. And Dalton back to pass again, trying to scramble and gets a first down. A 12-yard rush for Andy Dalton. We rarely ever see that, but he eluded his way past the first down mark. And on 2nd and 13, he's back to pass again. Can't find any open, but throws it to Jermaine Gresham. He got buck wild on that play. I didn't replay it, but that was a crazy catch. Please rewind it. I'm asking you personally. Please rewind it and look at that catch. Or actually, I do replay it. Well, you can look at it here. Look at it as many times as you want. Look at this catch. Look. They put it in slow motion. That was really nice. That's a great catch. Even though nobody was really near him other than A.J. Green, it was going to get caught either way. But that was just a great catch, and he's playing a big part in this game. But I'm running to Bernard Scott, and he gets the rushing touchdown, 14-7. Our offense really came alive in this second half, as Andy Dalton is fired up because his team just got the lead. But we won the counter / misdirection, whatever you want to call it. Get the defense to one side, leave the other side wide open, and Bernard Scott using his speed to take full advantage of that. And David Garrard trying to run, gets hit. He's on top of people, so they don't call the play down. So you see people just diving all over the place, and they finally give Taylor Mays the sack. And on 3rd and 8, Garrard is back to pass, and he throws it to the right sideline, and the pass is defended by Nate Clements, and we are working on signing him for another few years. But Andy Dalton goes deep to Chad Johnson and is picked off by Vontae Davis, his former team. I was trying to get him to show out against his former team, or the team that didn't even give him a chance. But on 1st and 10, they had 4 minutes to try and score a touchdown, but Vontae Burfict get his tackle broken by David Garrard, and that's definitely disappointing because this is probably one of the only times he'll be getting in this year when Ray Maluga is hurt. But next year I'll be looking to change to a 3-4. I'm sorry, to utilize the talent that we have at middle linebacker, because I believe 2 or 3 middle linebackers are in on 3-4. And speaking of linebackers, that linebacker got right in the backfield to tackle Andy Dalton, and they are entering a 2-minute drill right here, trying to tie the game up to take it into overtime. Let's see if they can. They're running the hurry up. And on 2nd and 6, Garrard is back to pass, going deep, all the way deep, and he overthrows number 85, whoever that might be. The Miami Dolphins receivers are not very talented since the departure of Brandon Marshall, but Garrard is back to pass again and throws it right to Leon Hall, but he can't come up with it. But that's okay because we forced a 4th down and 6. So they have to convert this 4th down. Let's see if they can to keep this drive going and hope for overtime. Garrard is back to pass again on the screenplay. Caught by Slayton, and Vontae Burfict makes a great tackle to prevent them from getting that first down. And that was a great play for the young Vontae Burfict because he stopped them from potentially taking this game into overtime. So we end up tacking on a field goal, which is a rare sight for this team because Mike Nugent actually doesn't make a lot of field goals. He misses a lot, but that's actually because we set him up from beyond 50 for the majority of his kick attempts. But we end up winning that game 17-7. My first game on the Moonlight Swami sliders. I was impressed. It was definitely more challenging. Next week I will be playing on them as well, and I'll tell you how I like the sliders during that game. But this game, it actually was great. I did throw 2 picks, but that's what you expect when you have harder sliders on, and I'm not mad about that at all. But you can expect that Andy Dalton will be below number 1 in terms of QB rating because he came into this game with the top QB rating in the league, but throwing 2 picks to 1 person definitely isn't good. And so he's going to hope to rebound next week, and I believe we play the Pittsburgh Steelers. No, we rematch with the Cleveland Browns. So we go ahead and get those division games out of the way, that pair against the Browns out the way. And hopefully we can sweep them. But here you get to see the news center following that game. And we end up re-signing Nate Clements. And he plays great coverage, great hands for interceptions. And he's definitely going to play a great role in this team down the road. He's going to be the veteran leader for this team. He actually took over the number 1 spot. And we're going to try to trade for LeGarrette Blount, and they send your response this year to your actions menu, so you don't know right off the bat. But they accepted. I was trying to get Steven Jackson off of the Rams. I was just gonna try to make it a scenario where he wasn't happy with the contract, but we end up getting LeGarrette Blount, so we're gonna try and do a Earth, Wind, and Fire type thing like they had in New York a couple of years ago, and I hope that works out. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope you guys are excited to see LeGarrette Blount Bengals debut next week against the Cleveland Browns, who don't have that good of a running defense. I'll see you guys later.